What's up? Brian Maxwell here, checking in from Ray Brand Nissan out here in Harvey, Louisiana. You might as well say New Orleans because it's right there in the same vicinity. But one of the things I want to talk about is what do you say when a customer calls in and asks you for a price over the phone? Let's face it, it's extremely challenging for a lot of salespeople because they just don't know what to say. They've never had their lips loaded to be able to handle that. And many times people try to avoid it or evade it as if these people don't know what they ask. And how can we possibly ask them to do anything that we need them to do if we're unwilling or unable to answer a simple question that they may have? So whenever someone asks you for a price over the phone, the best thing you can do is give them a range. Now, what'll help you is having an idea of what type of ranges your particular makes come in. So, you have your base model all the way up to your limited edition or your XLT or whatever it is you have at your store. So when someone asks you for a price over the phone, the best thing you can say is, that's a great question. And I have a range in the price from 28 all the way up to 43. So, in order for us to narrow it down and find the one that's best suited for you, all I need for you to do is come on in. I'll ask you a few questions, let you put your hands on what we got, and I'll get you all the information on what works best. I have an available time this afternoon at 2 or one tomorrow morning at 10. Which one of these times work best for you? So as you can see, without being specific, we still were able to answer their question by giving them a range. So what this does, this satisfied that desire for that piece of information. Then the next step, we made real sense, and it's the truth. In order for us to narrow it down to find the one that's best suited for them, we need them to come on in. The next thing we did, as opposed to saying, hey, come on in tomorrow or Thursday, we gave them specific time options that they can come in. One, this lets people know that we're busy, okay, that I'm a busy person. I have an available time this afternoon at 2 or one tomorrow at 10, and it's a choice, as opposed to say, do you want to come in or when do you want to come in, and asking them a close-in question. You give them an option. And if this afternoon at 2 doesn't work or tomorrow morning at 10 doesn't work, guess what? In most cases, they'll give you, hey, well, listen, 2 o'clock this afternoon I'm unable, 10 is a little bit, but how about, this afternoon at 4, or this evening at 4? It really makes it that much easier. But as opposed to trying to avoid giving out that number, trying to avoid answering that question, the best thing you could do is to give them a range. Okay, there's not a manager on this planet that would get upset about you giving a range. As a matter of fact, if I was a manager and I found out that my reps were not answering that question or trying to avoid it and saying, oh, well, there's a lot of different factors, you got to come in here, or I can't give you a price over the phone, that's bull. You won't have to give a specific price over the phone, but you can give a range, and after you give that range, let them know to help you narrow it down to what's best suited for them. All you need them to do is come on in, you'll ask them a few questions, and then they can put their hands and eyes on what they feel works best. I have an available time this afternoon at 2, one tomorrow morning at 10. Which one of these work best for you? Okay, by taking this simple approach, what you'll find is A, you'll be able to lock down a lot more appointments. B, you'll have a lot more people that are trusting in you because you didn't try to avoid their question. As a matter of fact, you did the opposite. You answered it and made it easy for them to try to set up a time to come on in and do like most smart customers and put their eyes and their hands on the actual vehicle they feel is best suited. So take this approach, check it out. It's just another step as far as in pattern interrupt, where most salespeople want to avoid it and evade. You stepping right up to the plate, answering it, giving them the info, and doing everything you can to show that you are a true transportation specialist that is just there to help them make a smart, safe buying decision. Check it out, try it out. As a matter of fact, tell me what you think about it in the comments. Whether it works, doesn't work, if you agree, disagree, post a comment. Like the video, share it. Other than that, I'm Brian Maxwell, and I look forward to seeing you at the dealership. Yep.